Orofino. This is the sixth record we did with Paul.
Sixth one, yeah.
He's a great guy. He really knows his stuff as far as sound goes, and he's really personable and easy to work with.
He's like the cool uncle everybody has. He's just a good guy, a fun guy. He's got a lot of like killer stories. Because he's been in the business a long time, so he's worked with a lot of classic musicians, the classic rock days, like Blue Oyster Cult, and Golden Earring, and Simon Kirk from Bad Company, and just a lot of like
classic rock
areas,
and heavy metal stuff from the 80s.
Yeah, and he knows a lot of people, so for us, being into music our whole lives, just to hear him go on and tell us these stories about the years past in Paul's life was really cool to hear, you know. You sit around and have a few drinks at the bar.
Yeah, the in-studio bar is phenomenal. So not every night, but after a session here and there, we'll hang out and listen to different music and just talk. It's always a great experience.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. I mean, we get asked a lot in interviews, the relationship between us and Millbrook Studios and why we have chosen to go there over the last 10 years or so. It's a good environment for recording. We're out of the city area where we live, because we live near Manhattan, you know, so it's nice to get away from the day-to-day nonsense and your full-time jobs and
just be able to concentrate on music is what it is.
So we basically live up there for 2 weeks. He's got a nice band house that's connected to the studio, so it's a full house with 3 bedrooms for the bands, and it has a big living room, it has a kitchen with a dining room area, and it has 2 sliding glass doors, like patio doors, and you slide the door and you're right into the bar. And right where the bar is, you can either go left or right, go into the main control room or go into the isolation room. So everything's right there, so we really don't even have to leave the building. So it's a perfect setup for us. Studio A is really cool. It's got a cool vibe in there. So Steve actually, because of the pre-production, just played along to the scratch tracks and everything, which was great. So he just got to be in there by himself and do his thing. It was a nice atmosphere for him.
Mint.
The control room is really cool and comfortable. He's got a lot of cool equipment in there.
especially the amp wall. He's got a lot of really cool
classic vintage stuff.
So while we're in the studio, in order to get a good guitar tone, we decided to take both my KV Triple X head as well as Bill's Mesobuki dual rectifier, and we combined those two sounds and got a nice even balance, which I think is important because one head could sound great in a live situation, but when you're in the studio, it sounds totally different. So I was able to take the best of both those heads, and we were able to mix those together to get a really good sound that was clean, but not too clean and not too muddy, and we're pretty happy with the way the guitar sound came out.